shortly after 12 p.m. Willie, who works for the International Justice Mission, was in court together with an International Justice Mission client, Josephat Mwenda, who is a 24-year-old father of one, who before the 10th of April 2015 did his trade as a border rider in Syokimau area. The disappearance of these Kenyans is the culmination of numerous and blatant attempts to intimidate Josephat to withdraw a complaint lodged with the Independent Policing Oversight Authority against a senior AP officer stationed at Syokimau AP camp. This all began on 10th of April 2015 at about 2 p.m. when Josephat Mwenda, while a pillion passenger on a freight motorcycle, was stopped by two ununiformed police officers, one of them whom they later realized that was a well-known senior administration police officer from the same area. According to eyewitnesses, the AP officer shot Josephat without provocation, after which the AP officer transported Josephat to hospital together with his colleague, and thereafter placed him in police custody. In an attempt to cover up the shooting, Josephat was fraudulently charged with being in possession of narcotic drugs, gambling in a public place, and resisting arrest. Curiously, 4 other officers who were not at the scene recorded statements in support of these malicious and fabricated charges. After that, Josephat sought legal assistance with the International Justice Mission, who immediately took up the case. Ever since Josephat reported the shooting incident to IPOA, he has faced persistent threats. For instance, on 13th of December 2015, the same officer responsible for the shooting, in the company of other AP officers, picked Josephat up from his home. He was taken to Mlolongo police station and charged the following day with 6 counts of fabricated traffic charges. These were: 1, riding a motorcycle without a helmet; 2, riding a motorcycle without a reflective jacket; 3, carrying excess passengers; 4, carrying uninsured passengers; 5, riding an insured motorcycle; and 6, riding a motorcycle without a driving license. This was despite the fact that Josephat was still undergoing physiotherapy and was therefore unable to ride a motorcycle. Throughout this time, Josephat has been a victim of numerous threats and intimidation, including an incident on 16th of February 2016 when he was picked up by 2 men from the court claiming to be officers from the CID. The officers alleged that they were investigating a robbery with violence case and that Josephat and others were suspects. An International Justice Mission advocate insisted on being present during the interrogation, where Josephat's ID documents were taken from him, then returned shortly afterwards. As partners, as comrades, as colleagues of Willie, we have learned with shock and disbelief that our colleague, a dedicated human rights lawyer and a champion of justice, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, was abducted along with Josephat Mwenda, the client he was assisting seek justice, and with their taxi driver Joseph Muiruri, who had taken them to the law courts. There is strong evidence indicating that Willie and his colleagues were unlawfully detained at the Syokimau AP camp for a period of time on the 23rd of June 2016, the day they disappeared, and were moved soon thereafter.
His passion for fighting for protection of victims of torture and extrajudicial killings drew him to the Independent Medical Legal Unit, IMLU, and later the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA. In the last year, Willie joined International Justice Mission, IJM, pouring his incredible passion into the fight for securing justice for the poor and transforming the criminal justice system. We in the human rights community and human rights defenders strongly condemn this enforced disappearance of a human rights lawyer and call for the immediate release of Willie and his associates, Mr. Josephat Mwenda and Mr. Joseph Muiruri. We call for the immediate interdiction and investigation and holding to account of the officers involved in this heinous act. We also call on IPOA to undertake an audit and investigate the impact of Syokimau AP post to the people of that area.
I wish to state that on behalf of other people which I volunteer to, and also as a member of the National Assembly, and also as a lawyer, that there is a new constitution in the country of 2010. And the recent activities are such that the security organs are wishing that they could utilize the constitution which is no longer in place. There have been very many similar incidences with normal wananchi who have really suffered in the hands of police or security personnel. And for this matter, we're really calling upon the Minister in charge of security in the country, the IG, the Inspector General, and the officer in charge of the APs to move with speed and investigate this matter so that the truth can be found and that the three who are held in Convocado can be released with immediate effect, because there is no reason at all they should be held, especially the lawyer who was representing his clients at the same time is now taken as a suspect. And I'm also urging the organizations to do a public petition so that it can come to Parliament, so that we may summon the minister in charge and the officers under this operation, so that they can tell Parliament and tell the whole country what is happening to these three young men who are citizens of this country and who need to enjoy the rights guaranteed in our new constitution. It is not fair that Kenyans generally have to go through this, and there must be serious reforms within the police systems so that innocent Kenyans do not suffer brutality from police officers who want to cover up heinous acts. This matter has been going on with witnesses of court cases. It's also been going on with victims of crimes, where we've gotten reports even from constituencies that we have been able to help in the past within the police system, whereby somebody is a victim and instead of getting justice ends being terrorized. And if you are a witness in a criminal matter, you also end up being terrorized and threatened. So it must stop, and we must have proper mechanisms as a country to ensure that victims, witnesses, lawyers, and any other human rights activists do not suffer when they are looking for the truth and when they are following the truth, to make sure that things are done in the right way and within the law, within the Constitution. Thank you.